In the introduction of the standard, it is very appreciated that we can see in that introduction that there's a lot of terms and points that are reflected in the standard itself. We can find it in the introduction. So terms like peer evaluation, terms like assessment, trade, public health, also other terms like regulators, schemes, all these terms that we see now on the standard are reflected in the introduction. And this is very important because accreditation bodies sometimes, when they want to talk with stakeholders who are not very familiar with the terminology of accreditation and who do not necessarily know that the competence of accreditation bodies in 17011 is not only for their assessment or for their evaluation of their way of working, but also it's something that helps trade and also helps the regulators apply their schemes and be sure of the conformity of the products and services and the trade. So that's very nice we have an introduction. Another thing that we have in the introduction and also in the scope, it is the new kinds of activities or conformity assessment that we find in the introduction and also in the note of the scope. So the new activities or conformity assessment that we are accrediting since 13 years now are included in there. So in addition to the testing, calibration, inspection and certification, we have new activities like proficiency testing and verification and validation. When we go to the scope, we can see also that here there's some slight modification that gives a better understanding of what is the scope of 17011 and what do we need to see in an accreditation body. So 3 points are there. The first thing is the competence of an accreditation body. The second thing is the consistent operation. So we need a consistent operation of accreditation bodies to make sure that they are not working well in one instance, but also continually doing good work. And the third thing is the impartiality. So these are 3 points that are very important for an accreditation bodies, and the 17011, by stating that in its scope, makes it its job to make sure that accreditation bodies do fulfill these 3 requirements in there. And the note, as we said, makes more clarification about the scope of these activities of accreditation, and it opens it also for new kinds that can appear in the next years for 17011. And this way we have 17011 covering our activities at accreditation bodies and also future accreditation activities.